this young lady, my daughter, good evening. First of all, want to seriously congratulate you. You're very bright and you're very down to earth. You're wise. That is why you have been able to um, immediately assess for yourself that this could put you into trouble, which is very, very true. Number one, all over the world, there are data protection laws everywhere in this world. Every country has some form of data protection. Nigerians don't obey, I mean, the government does not obey laws. So even if Nigeria has a data protection law or bill, it won't make any difference. Now, from listening to her story, Mazi, I was thinking that how could it possibly be? And it struck me that at the point where she got, where she couldn't go further, maybe because she didn't have a picture to upload for herself, whether that was why she stopped or the system actually stopped her. And then I was wondering how many persons, how many people could this have happened to? And I think the most important question that came to my mind was, is it possible that INEC itself has structured their system, have played with their system, because computer is garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you put in is the response of it that you want, that you're going to get out based on what you've put in. So I was wondering if INEC itself or the people that have been employed through INEC, IT people, have been employed specifically for this manipulation, because that was how it happened during 2015. So then I was wondering to myself, if that be the case, then so many crimes have been committed already. The crime of fraud, the crime of using somebody else's data, the crime of putting somebody else in trouble, maybe even putting this young lady's life at risk with kidnappers, with people who can use her data. So it became clear to me that even using anything in Nigeria, whether it is bank, whether it is INEC, whatever you use in Nigeria to input your data, as I'm sitting here, I am convinced that there is no law that can protect anybody in Nigeria. If you find yourself in this situation, it can happen in the passport office. They can do this in the passport office for people who are traveling. And you can find yourself giving your passport at the British entry point or at US entry point, and you're in trouble. And you don't even know why you're in trouble. And the trouble would have originated from Nigeria. People in power in Nigeria are born of wickedness. I mean, this is not a joke, Mazi. As you know how data is treated, protection of data is treated. This is evil. And so when we look at us in this country, where Britain, America, EU will send money to Nigeria during election to provide credible election, millions of euros, millions of dollars, millions of pounds, through the embassies, through all the ways they interact, so that we can have credible elections. And every 4 years, they steal this money, they don't deliver credible election, and these people just look on. Nigeria is in trouble. Big trouble. There will come a time where Nigerians will not be able to leave Nigeria because you cannot even present your passport, or everybody will be denied visas. To find ourselves in this position today in Nigeria, where the youths are getting up and saying they will vote for one particular person, and you find this type of thing going on. So we have a government that thinks negatively ahead of us. that thinks evil for the country ahead of us, so that whatever we think we can do to stop this government, you will see very clearly that it is difficult to stop this government if they are determined to remain in power, whether it's me that they use or you, Mazi, that they use to put any, if these people put anybody in power, just be sure that it is going to be their government. It doesn't matter whether they are 90 years old or whether they are 9 years old. This government, where we find ourselves in Nigeria today, we really do not qualify to be amongst nations that are even developing in the right way, not to talk of already developed countries. If I were other countries, I would even not believe in the ambassadors that they send to us. This is, I don't know. Well, I mean, thank God that my brother is a lawyer here. But the type of work that people like us do, you also try to acquire some information and some knowledge when it comes to things like this. And first of all, I would want to suggest that almost everybody who finds themselves in this situation, we're talking of just Imo State. We're talking of just Imo State. But Ikenga said that in all the 26 states that is controlled, is it 26 or 22, whatever states that is controlled by APC, that this has happened. But the evidence he has that he's using at that time, apparent time, was from Imo State alone. That's what I've understood so far. So I would like to think that it is possible, if everybody who finds themselves in this situation is able to come together and carry out a class mass action. My brother, the lawyer, I'm asking you now, if it is possible that everybody whose name is there should be able to sue INEC for fraud, for sharing people's data to the wrong people. This is fraud at a scale that will even shock the people like the developed world. That's one aspect of it. I also believe very strongly that we should, as Nigerians, as the different people that we are, to raise our voices. And as my brother said, I would support the call for the whole of the people, everybody in INEC should resign. If they are not going to resign, we should call on the international community not to respect and accept the result that will come out of this election. I know that we all have different reasons why all the time people say, oh, nothing will happen, let us move on. You will hear some people will say, even at this now, that will say election is too near. Why are you calling for people to resign? What does that mean? And all of this. It all the time, it is not necessarily for any other reason but to establish a point. And that point would be, let it be that you and I have objected to this thing and we refuse to accept it. Now, on the page 12 of those documents, because the documents are up to 13, I think, page 12 of 13, I was looking as you were talking. There is one photograph that has appeared twice in page 13. The top hand right, the very first set of photographs on the left-hand side, it is Onye Okoro, Angelina Onye Okoro. She was born in 1981, gender female. And then I went to the second column, the same photograph, Juliet Osuago, born in 1954. This is just looking at the documents that Ikenga used. Looking at those documents, you can see right there in one page, So this thing is done so carelessly and so recklessly. There is one picture that is upside down. The picture is upside down. There are some that the pictures are sideways. There are some pictures that are taken, somebody is holding it like this and then snapping it. So you see, it is, I don't know how to put it, to express the unacceptability, the fact that there are some people sitting in the villa or in INEC or anywhere they're sitting that think that they can behave in this manner and that they can actually get away with it because Annkio will come out, my brother will come out, you will come out, one person who is affected will come out, and next week we have another topic to move on to. So you see this government coming up with different things. Now they will soon kill 200 unknown gunmen in some place. Then we leave this one alone and start running after that. My people, I mean, any Nigerian, or even if you're not Nigerian, any Nigerian or non-Nigerian listening to this, if you're not Nigerian, please, not all Nigerians are like these people. And if you're a Nigerian and you're listening to this, this is your life these people are playing with. And when I see some youths like this young lady here actually supporting some people, either they're supporting APC or they're supporting PDP, and they are the ones that are actually they are the ones that are actually calling for these so-called people, and they will vote for them. You begin to wonder, are these the people that we're going to hand over Nigeria to? Are these the youths we're going to hand Nigeria over to? So whichever way you look at it, it is a mess. We should take legal action against these people in INEC, against the federal government. We should declare we have no confidence anymore in this government, even though we have only few more months of this government to go. We don't have confidence in this government. We don't have confidence in the INEC that is going to conduct. This INEC today is worse than the INEC that they used to manipulate Jonathan out of power. This INEC is worse than that INEC. And so if we allow this INEC, you know, Mazi, I used to say to you that they've already written the results of the 2023 election. You remember I used to say that to you, that they have written the elections and they've written the people they will announce as the winners. And that was before Obi came into the equation. Before Obi came into the equation, what is happening between PDP and APC today was already the strategy to push one person out and bring in the other until Obi came into the equation.
So we have.
I mean, I think that everything that needs to be said has been said. I support and I stand with you in calling for her safety, because this type of thing, we that have been in it long term, we know the risks involved. And when you bring yourself up for the truth, you automatically bring attention of the wrong persons to you. But we constantly, Mazi, when just you and I and her were speaking, you remember that was the first question I asked. You know, I asked, does you want to make herself public because we can close her off, you know, because she's a young, brilliant lady. I'm very proud of her, and I'm very proud that she's the first person to have come out, you know, because there are men there as well, you know, and I wouldn't be surprised if I see your name or my name or my name jumbled up with yours. And
I think I have to now go and check.
Yeah, thank you, Martin.
I might be in Zamfara or
yeah, but that's it, you know. So I think that Nigerians, we may say, this cannot get any worse, you know, but Nigeria has shown me over the past 20 years, 25 years nearly that I've been at this thing, that anything is possible in Nigeria and anything can happen even after tonight, after next month. These people will still try to upstage us to do what they want, and it's sad that a lawyer can actually say what my brother has, which is condemning a great arm that he belongs to. The legal arm is an independent arm of government. It's a very strong arm of government, one that we're supposed to be able to rely on when all else fails, And when you see a lawyer, somebody who spent time to read law, tell you that which court are you going to take this to? Who are you going to take? His light has gone off.
Nigeria has happened to him.
So really and truly, Nigerians just have to wake up. We shouldn't go to sleep again. That's it. I mean, we shouldn't be saying Nigerians have to wake up. We shouldn't sleep, because these people are not sleeping. If they were sleeping, they won't come up with these ideas. It's because they're not sleeping, and they know we are sleeping, so they do these things when we're asleep. And it's just by the stroke of luck that this thing is now being exposed. So we should act on it. I don't think we should just leave it, but we should think, what do we think we should do? Many things. We can do many things.
Okay, I think.